Hello friends and welcome to the start of a new video. This is a follow-up video to my first video which talked about book 1 in a very popular Booktok series, The Plated Prisoner by Raven Kennedy. It's our fantasy romance. We love to hear it. And so I've read book 2 and here's my thought about this book. Yeah. So book 2, as pretty as book 1, a little bit bigger. This will be our ongoing theme as we move forward in this video and on that series. But anyway, in book 2, big shocker, we're still following Oren, but what's great about this book, it reminds me a little bit of Throne of Glass. It just becomes so much bigger. So many more characters in book 2. We're starting to have a lot of different POVs, and a lot is maybe an overstatement, but we have different POVs that we did not have in book 1. Book 1 we only had Oren almost, and maybe one other character. One chapter or 2. But this one literally has 1/4 of it is different POV, maybe 2 other characters I believe, and then we have Oren for the rest of it. But still, that was nice to get different POV. I love when a fantasy book does that. In this one, if you're waiting for the romance, this is where there is a slow burn romance beginning between. I was a bit surprised by that. Like, not necessarily who you would think it would be. This character is introduced in book 1 but makes a big major appearance in book 2, and obviously there's going to be a little bit of spoiler. This is book 2 in the series and we're talking about Commander Rip. Captain? Commander? He's just Rip, okay? He doesn't need it. We don't need to know his title, but he's controlling an army, leader of an army. And this reminded me a little bit of the found family thing, the beginning of a found family team that we had in some other books I've read, if you like that. Oren is pretty much still an enemy because she is captured by Rip and she's part of their camp. And she meets Rip's little squad and they are very nice to her, very funny, they have their own personality. And they look out for her because obviously Rips want them to look out for her. And this book really expands on the whole storyline because you learn why there's a 7th kingdom that is potentially important for the rest of the books. But you learn that, but that is not really covered in this one, but you have a little glimpse that Rip is very much in Oren's eyes an elf. He's Fae. Okay, I said elf, but I mean Fae. I'm not sure why I said elf. Because he has pointy ears. Rips has pointy ears, okay? And he's, according to Oren, very much Fae. Why does she spot that right away? That's a little bit weird, but she does. And he's magical in a way. He has these little scales, very dark. They make eye contact and a little touchy thing there because the whole team is obviously that Oren, she's used to not being touched. She thinks she cannot be touched, so there's a whole slow burn forbidden thing here happening because obviously she's king by this pet and she cannot be touched. But they're sharing the same tent for almost the whole book. Yeah, we're just going there. And if you like a long drawn out series, a little bit slower, more character driven, that really expands on the world, this is definitely a series for you. This one is a little bit just traveling from point A to point B, but with a new ensemble of character. Oren learns a lot more about herself. She has to make a big decision as well near the end as far as her loyalties goes, and I thought this was a great ride. I really enjoyed going into this straight after book 1. This is a really good series to binge as far as I'm concerned because it is so character driven that it's not so much about like what is gonna happen, but how will she feel, or will Rip feel, and how will they come together, and how will that affect the rest of the world and characters. So those are my thoughts on Glint, the second book of the Plated Prisoner series, and I will continue to binge this series and make these videos. So bye bye!